I blow a bag today. I don't do nothing for games. I blow a bag today. Walking them all in my crazy.
Yes, I blow a bag today. I blow a bag today. Yeah. That was a super white version of that song. That song gets me going. I don't know shit about rap, but I intern with the Jags, and the whole team walks through this kind of, not really a tunnel, but this pathway. They call it like the roar, whatever the fuck they call it. Anyway, they played that song every fucking home game last year, and I was right in the middle of it. And when the speakers are fucking blasting, the crowd's into it. That shit pumps me up. So, yeah, blow a bag. Anyways, what am I on here for? Welcome to another Florida State Simicast. The first scrimmage went down today, held inside Doak Campbell Stadium. First and foremost, there were no injuries. And anytime I hear about a scrimmage going down, I'm always like, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies. And today there were zero whammies, as far as I know. Starters on offense that were mentioned in the reports I read, again, on the various websites I frequent. Kermit Whitfield and Bobo Wilson were the first team starting receivers, which is like, damn it. Come on, man. One guy's 5'8", the other one's like 5'10". These, I know it's early in camp still, but God bless them. I mean, they're fast. They try hard, but this team is not going to go as far as I'd like them to if at any given time those two guys are on the field. I can take one at a time. That's cool. You need a slot receiver. But two, come on, man. All right, the right side of the offensive line had Rick Leonard at right tackle and Bell at right guard. So Leonard seems to be at right tackle. That's got to be at least the third report in a row he's been there. I mean, at this point, he's probably the winner of that job. Derek Kelly was on the second team, and Minshew was actually on the third team, which is strange. Other than that, some freshmen, Josh Brown, Brian Burns, and Janaeus Robinson were on the field goal block unit. Freshmen Carlos Becker and Keith Gavin were on the starting kickoff coverage team. And Whitfield and Wilson were the first two kick returners, followed by Ryan Green and Tavares McFadden. Jacob Pugh was not dressed, but I didn't hear Jimbo say anything in his post-scrimmage interview. George Campbell was not dressed. It's like, fuck, man, can one of these tall receivers stay healthy to practice? Jesus, I mean, they already have a tough time seeing the field anyway when they're getting coached up by Dossie's sorry ass. And that might be a podcast for another day. I'll keep it short. Dossie needs to go. He needs to go. I'm tired, and I'm not the first to say this. Many FSU fans and many FSU talking heads, radio show hosts, you name it, they're ready for Dossie to go to, or they think he should go. Because year in and year out, Florida State brings in 4- and 5-star receivers, all right? Now, other than Benjamin and Shaw, who could have made it to the league if Ray Charles coached them, no one else has made it to the league under Dossie's watch, as far as I know, like drafted, as far as I'm aware of. So I'm just tired of it taking 2-3 years to receivers see the field. And when you look at them, like, holy shit, like Campbell or Keith Gavin this year, we'll see. They all have the body type. It looks like they have the athleticism. I mean, typically you have to have that if you're rated that highly. But I'm just tired of not seeing those big bodies on the field. Like, how the fuck does it take so long to get these receivers ready? The best you can spit out is a 5'8" and a 5'9" guy? Like, come on, man. Not to mention his recruiting isn't exactly the greatest compared to the rest of the staff. So I'm kind of just over Dossie. Anyways, I guess I didn't save that for another podcast. Some other injuries. Sweat and Eberle were still out with concussion symptoms. Andrews was out with a calf. Rudolph was still out, but he was doing some work on the sideline. Devontae Phillips, another decent-sized receiver, out. Adam Torres was out. Taylor was out. Bryant, who cares? He's a bust, out. McGuire had his surgery on Monday. Jimbo said today that everything went well. He didn't give a new timeline when asked if he could be back in the 4 weeks that was previously listed as the time frame. He said, "I'm not MD Fisher." What a jokester, right? Francois, according to Jimbo, did really, really well. He said he threw a few touchdown passes, threw, I think, one interception, but he said he liked the decision on the interception and said the throw was done with some conviction, but he threw it just a few inches too high. I don't know who picked it off. And Derwin James commented about Francois. He said that he wants to be the best. You can tell that he has great work ethic and just high praise. Same with Dalvin Cook. Said the same thing about Francois. Just had nothing but good things to say about him, which is not surprising. Not breaking news. Derwin James also was very, in his own words, impressed by Naquan Murray, who they like to call Noonie. Again, another 5'10", 11 receiver. Okay, you don't have to be 6'3" to be a good receiver, but I'm telling you right now, it changes the way defenses play you. You might get open between the 20s, do some things, but when it comes for big boy football in the red zone, it's going to become very difficult for the Noles to score as often as they'd like. Having a guy like Benjamin 3 years ago was just an awesome luxury. Just toss it up to the big guy. Fuck it. Why not? But glad to hear that Francois did well. Someone asked him, Jimbo, about the other quarterbacks, and you can kind of tell when Jimbo's not impressed. He just goes, they did okay. Okay. They're coming along. We got a lot to do. Like, when he doesn't have much to say, that's not good. So again, Francois, please don't get hurt, at least until Francois comes back. I mean, I hope you don't get hurt at all, but if you're gonna, please, not fantasy football, Jesus, I'm too much of a fantasy sports nut, I guess. Please, football gods, spare Francois, please, please. Okay, well, that was gonna wrap it up. That was a first scrimmage in the books. Maybe more details will come out later. I know Jimbo always says likes to look at the tape to see what they did, but the biggest thing to take away is no one got hurt, seriously hurt, as I said. Francois looked good. The people that are out are not seriously hurt. And so far, other than Murray, Tate is apparently the only other one that is kind of getting mentioned as far as receivers. I mean, I guess it only takes one big receiver to make a difference, and hopefully it's somebody. Just somebody out of those big receivers that have potential, that were rated highly in high school. Please step up. Do something. I'm tired of watching midgets run around the field. Sorry, that wasn't PC. Anyways, thanks for listening. Feel free to subscribe. And this has been another Florida State Simicast.